There you go, Simon here. What I want to do now is show you through my cook kit. But because I haven't got the camera on a tripod, what I'll do is I'll show you around it and then set it up and then show you it in action. So here we go. This is what I'm using. A meths burner. So in here is my cooker. That's my fuel. This is the Tatanka Mug. I like it. And what I've done is I've fashioned a, if I can do this one-handed, bear with me. There we go. It's fashioned a pot cozy for it. Just got the reflective material off an auction site, and then that goes on the bottom nice and snugly of my Tatanka Mug. It's been used a lot, so I like this system. It's personal to me, and I've changed it over a period of time because of what works and what doesn't work. For those that you have got the titanium spoon or fork, this is plastic from the 99p shop and it's fantastic. It weighs next to nothing, it's durable. The reason I got this massive ladle is I'm using the Mountain House food packets, dehydrated packets, and they're quite deep, so to get this in there, you know, it can get in the bottom and get into all the corners and get the scran into my mouth. So 99p, there you go, that's that. As I said, this is the Trangia Bag, and I've got the Trangia burner in a plastic bag. Why I've got it in a plastic bag, I'm not too sure, to be honest. I've asked that question, but it is. But in there is some tissue, toilet tissue. Now I'll go into why that's there in a minute. So that's the Trangia burner with the summer ring, and I keep fuel in there. There's fuel in there, so I can just grab this whole pack and my mug and go out for a walk, and I can brew up because I've got all the stuff and fuel. 2 steel tent pegs. I'll explain more there and there in a minute if you haven't already guessed. The Trangia Triangle. As you can see, it's been well used. And what I've done is fashioned a lid for my mug, which fits nicely over the whatever it is, you can see there. Fits on nicely on top of my mug, and that also helps up to speed up boil times, and when that's in the pot cozy with the lid on, it keeps it all nice and warm as well. So that was cheap. What else have we got in here? We got sachets of coffee. So again, I can just grab the bag and away we go. A lip guard, because I found out quite quickly that once you've got boiling water in a metal mug, trying to drink out of it, your lips kind of get third-degree burns. So what I did is bought some lip guards off the Kelly kettle mugs, and that just fits over nicely with my mug, and I can drink away and scald my esophagus instead of my lips. There you go. I don't know what I said that, but there you go. What's left in the bag? So we've got a lighter and a flint. So what I'll go now is I'll set it all up and I'll get back to you once it's set up. And we're back. So I've set up the triangle, and we're ready to go. So as I say, the burner, I always keep meths in it, keep fuel in it. Now, bearing in mind, today the temperature outside is 1 degrees. So trying to light this, because the fuel's not that warm, it hasn't been in my pocket, it's been in my bag, so the fuel's probably not that much warmer, so trying to light it is a bit of a mission in itself. But there we go. There we go. And the reason I carry the lighter is trying to light it with, I can light it with this in the summer, not a problem, but why should I struggle with this when I can just use the lighter? But then that's going back to why I've got tissue in the bag, but I'll show you that in a minute. So there we are. We're up and running, sorry. Now, what do I use the tent pegs for? Because the Tatanka Mug, full of water, doesn't fit on the triangle. So I fashioned some steel tent pegs to make pot stand, and they work fantastically. So, oh, you set the flipping tent on fire. Yeah, it's quite windy today. Top's on, and we're just going to give it a few minutes to boil up. Do I get the windshield out? Nah, probably not. See how we get on. Let's see how we get on. Oh, let's just leave that down, shall we? So, why have I got tissue in the bag along with the burner? Okay, it's just toilet tissue. So what I do is, if it's really cold, and I've done this once before and it's worked, so you can see trying to light that at just drop down to 0 now, 0 degrees centigrade. Oh, where's that gone? Trying to light that wasn't difficult, but it wasn't easy. But with tissue, I found that if you roll it up, dip it into the burner, leave it in the burner so the fuel soaks up to the top, and then all you do is you light the top, and then that sucks up the fuel and then starts the burner going. Alternatively, you could sleep with the fuel in the bottom of your sleeping bag to keep it warm, but I know that's not going to leak, but I don't fancy that kicking about in the bottom of my sleeping bag, to be fair. So what I'll do is, as I say, I've got my Jetboil as well, and we'll see how that goes later. But I'm not going to sit here and film this because it takes about 8 minutes. It's probably going to take longer than that because it's quite windy and that's come off. But there we go. So I'll bring you back in a bit. Back again. And we are now pretty much at a rolling boil. Wow, it's windy out there. So what I do now is try not to set myself on fire. Put that straight into the pot cozy with the lid on. That keeps that warm. And then with the burner, because these being steel, they're going to be quite hot as well. So I'll pull these off using the simmer ring and then put it out with the simmer ring. And I'll let that cool down, because if I screw this top back on with this O-ring, the O-ring is just going to melt, and trying to use the burner after that's going to be a nightmare. I have to be King Kong to take the lid off. So I'll let it cool down, let the pegs cool down, but while I'm letting it cool down, I can enjoy my cup of coffee or tea or whatever. So there we go, that's my cooking system. We'll have a go with the Jetboil after, but yeah, see you later.